Hi, my name is Ibrahim Badu Tevia. This video is part 3 of a series of short lectures I have presented on mental health and student learning. Here, I illustrate how belief can help students retain learning materials. I show how belief can facilitate all levels of knowing. Not only are you understanding and remembering, it's also improving your mental health. All the initial struggle you have to go through in the skepticism, all of this, you avoid that and you build on what you've believed gradually. And in fact, I would suggest on a scale of 1 to 10, your initial belief, maybe have 6, 7, and then go home and build on that. And then have a strong belief after you've discovered the truth for yourself. But if you are starting off at 1, oh boy, you have no chance. I have seen students, witnessed students myself in my own classroom who were skeptical for everything that they were told, and they couldn't pass the test. In fact, they still remain in the school because it wasn't only in my class that they were skeptical, in many other classes. So instead of 4 years, they're here 6 years, 7 years, trying to get a simple degree, all because they are refusing the fundamental fact to believe what they have been told in the class. Here's the last thing. I want to use this case study to illustrate how belief can help you go along all the different levels of knowing. An example, if I told you my name is Badu, you have the right, you have the choice to believe or not to believe. If you believe that my name is truly Badu, it's only then that you can remember. If you didn't believe me and you walked away, the chances that you meet me somewhere and you can call me by my name, that chance is really small. But if you met me and you call me by my name, don't you know me? Yes, you remembered, so you know me. Although you might not really understand what Badu means. That's a different kind of knowing, but that's the basis. Now that you remembered, now that you recall that my name is Badu, build on it. You can ask the question, what does a Badu mean? And then I will tell you that it means a 10th-born child. You see, now we are having a conversation from your initial belief that you remembered and you called me later. Now you understand that Badu means the 10th-born child. Now you can press it further and ask me, are you really the 10th-born child? And I'll tell you, oh no, my father was actually the 10th-born child. For me, it's my surname. Now you're making progress. You see, now you can analyze. If you met somebody, another person whose name is Badu, you can now have a conversation and ask the person, are you the 10th-born or is just your surname? If what you're doing in that process is that you are evaluating the information given to you and you're applying it properly. But it all started from your initial belief that helped you to remember. So you see, when you believed and you remembered, you can evaluate and apply. You're operating up here, way up here. And that's how you get an A. If you are just memorizing down here, you don't get an A from just recognizing the fact. You want you to recognize it, understand it, apply, analyze, evaluate, and hopefully you become independent enough to put pieces together to create a new whole. Okay, so what am I asking you to believe? Just to summarize, I'm asking you to believe the material given to you in the classroom. If you didn't understand it, go home, do your homework. Come back, ask questions. I'm also asking you to believe your instructor. This is a big problem for students that have instructors that look different than them. Remember the initial conversation. Okay, I would like to use blacks to teach blacks, but it's not always the case. A black person is teaching a white person. A female is teaching a male. Okay, if you don't believe that a female can teach you well, if you don't believe that a black person can teach you well, oh well, you are starting off at a very, very bad situation. Believe that the university has actually screened them and the system have put them in that position knowing that they can do the job, knowing that they can deliver the material. Start from that place. Then if you have any questions, come back. But if you are globally skeptical about your instructor, you will find yourself actually struggling with your mental health and struggling also with your studies. Above all, I need you to believe in yourself. Believe that if you came to class, if you had enough sleep, if you've prepared, if you looked at the notes from the previous lectures, if you are coming with a mindset to learn, you can actually do it. Believe in yourself. Very important. Nobody will go and write a test for you. You have to believe in yourself that you can do this if you do the right things. And so I'm asking you to come to class prepared to learn. Show up with a mentality that you want to learn. The fact that you had difficulty in the previous lectures doesn't mean you're going to have the same difficulty in the next lecture. Have the bigger picture for yourself and come prepared each day, each class, hoping to learn. Don't let the previous one put you off. And above all, when you come to class, take notes. And when you take notes, go home and update that notes in the same day after class. Trust me, there's a short memory and there's a long memory. On the test, it's not a short memory thing. We are testing your long memory. And the human mind forgets within a few hours. So if you didn't look at it again within a reasonable amount of time, you're going to forget. So the thing that you've written down, spend the night updating it. Use your textbook. Cross things out, write it well, figure out here and there, update it. That will help your long-term memory. You see, with that in mind, your belief, your initial belief, actually helps you in your short and long-term memories. It does. Because if you are skeptical initially, you're not even going to remember. You're going to be throwing half of the information away. But if you believed it, and that belief interested you enough to keep looking, you can do all of this together the night before and gain that long-term memory you need to keep your mental health strong and to be able to learn and produce or demonstrate that you've understood the material when the time comes. So I hope this helps. And I'll tell you that be kind to everybody because everyone is having a tough time. Bye.